Lesson 5.4, Point-Slope Form. The objective of this lesson is to write and graph linear equations using point-slope form. Vocabulary. Point-slope form. A linear equation of a non-vertical line written as y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Another form of an equation that you want to have in your notes. Very important. The line passes through the point x1, y1 with slope m. An example, an equation with a slope of -1/2 passing through 2, -1 would be written as y plus 1 equals -1/2 times x minus 2 in point slope form. And we'll see a little bit more of that later on. Essential understanding. You can use the slope of a line and any point on the line to write and graph an equation of the line. Any two equations for the same line are equivalent. Problem 1. A line passes through -3, 6 and has slope -5. What is an equation of the line? Well, they give you the point and they give you the slope, so you want to use point-slope form. y1 is equal to 6, x1 is equal to -3, and m is equal to -5. So substitute all those numbers in. Keep in mind where the minus and the negative signs are. Y minus 6 equals -5 times x minus, and x1 is -3. And then you simplify. Y minus 6 equals -5 times x plus 3. Problem 2. What is the graph of the equation y minus 1 equals 2/3 times x minus 2? The equation is in point-slope form. Again, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The point on the line is 2, 1, and the slope is 2/3. So step 1 of graphing the equation would be to plot the point 2, 1 on the graph, which is right over here. And then step 2 is you want to use the slope 2/3 to plot another point. +2 means to go up 2, and then +3 go right 3. Plot your other point, which would be right over here. And then step 3 is to draw a straight line, do the best you can, through the points. And remember to always extend your lines and draw your arrows. Using 2 points to write an equation. You can write the equation of a line given any 2 points on the line. First, use the 2 given points to find the slope, and then use the slope and one of the points to write the equation. Problem 3. What is an equation of the line that passes through 1, 4, and -2, -3? So again, step 1, we're going to need the slope. So start with the slope formula. Use the given points to find the slope. So from lesson 5.1, slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And when we substitute those values in from these 2 points, we get -3 minus 4 over -2 minus 1, which simplifies to -7 over -3, which simplifies to just +7/3. Now you have the slope. Step 2 is we're going to use either point for x1, y1 and substitute the point and the slope into point-slope form. You could use either point. We're going to use 1, 4. So y1 is 4, x1 is 2, and slope is 7/3. Point-slope form again, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Substitute those numbers in and you get the equation y minus 4 equals 7/3 times x minus 1. Couple sample problems. Number 1, a line passes through 8, -4 and has slope 2/3. What is an equation in point-slope form? Again, point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So 8 is x1, -4 is y1, m is 2/3. Let's substitute those values in. We have y minus -4 equals 2/3 times x minus 8. And most of the time you won't have to simplify much, but here we do, because minus and negative, we don't like that. So we're going to simplify this and say the equation is y plus 4 equals 2/3 times x minus 8. That would be the equation in point-slope form. Number 2, what is the graph of the equation y plus 7 equals negative 4/5 times x minus 4? So we have to look for the slope, and we have to look for the point, x1, comma, y1. Well, the slope is pretty simple to identify. The slope is going to be negative 4/5. Now let's look for the point, x1, y1. I know that x1 is next to the x. Now be careful. Minus 4 is in the equation for point slope form. So actually your x1 is just positive 4. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Your y1 is it would look like minus negative 7, like we have up in number 1. So your y1 is negative 7. When you're trying to figure out the point from point slope form, just take the opposite of whatever is there. So you see how this really looks like negative 4? X1 is positive 4, the opposite of that. And this looks like positive 7, so y1 is negative 7. So let's plot that point first. 4, negative 7, should be over here. And then we're going to use, actually, I wouldn't be able to do that for you. Oh, we could do it the opposite way. We can go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can go to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Connect the 2 points. I just went the opposite direction. Instead of going down 4 and right 5, I went up 4 and left 5. Let's look at one more. What is an equation of the line that passes through negative 2, negative 3, and 4, 3? This is like a problem we saw earlier. First thing we need is the slope. y2 is 3 minus y1 is negative 3. So minus negative 3 all over. x2 is 4 minus x1 is negative 2. So 4 minus negative 2. That turned into 3 plus 3 over 4 plus 2, which is 6 over 6, which is 1. So we have the slope. We're going to use one of the points. I'm going to use 4, 3. So 4 is equal to x1. 3 is equal to y1. And then we're just going to, and this is m. 1 is m. So we're just going to substitute it into y minus y1. So y minus 3 equals m, which is 1, times x minus x1, which is 4. And here we do not have to simplify it any further because we don't have anything that looks like minus a negative. If you are confused at all, please bring questions to class. This lesson can get confusing, but we'll work through it together.